Hey parents, happy Friday. So we made it through hybrid. So either whether your student was at home or they came into school. At school, not too many kids here. I think the most I had in one class was 4 or 5 maybe, but several classes I had one student. So for the most part, almost all of my kids are staying virtual. But I wanted to make sure that you felt confident that if they are staying virtual, they are still getting what they need from me. It's a little tricky to deal with in class versus at the same time doing the virtual, but I think we worked it out. I think the only biggest issue was kind of the talking in the class, and then the kids on the computer couldn't hear. So we just have to be kind of mindful of that. But that was really the only issue. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things that we're wrapping up this week. I've put the grades in the grade book, and I hope by this point in the year I have come across that we are a team, that if we can think of our relationship as a triangle. So you have 3 sides to the triangle. I'm one side, parents are one side, and students are one side. And if we're missing one of the pieces, then we don't have a full triangle and we don't have the best relationship that we can have. So if I can do anything, you have the student and you have the parent, but I'm very much involved in their success. And so if I can do anything to help, please let me know, and I will be glad to do that, anything that they need. Okay, I also wanted to let you know that I have access to the second 9 weeks now, and I started populating the gradebook. And I also wanted to let you know that the late grade is going to go into effect the second 9 weeks. So I wanted to wait and make sure that everybody knew how to turn in everything, and I was confident that if they didn't turn it in, it was because they chose not to turn it in, not because of a technology issue. So I feel like that we're at that place now. If your student is still having technology issues and I'm unaware of it, please let me know, and I will jump on a Google Meet and I will work with them to get them feeling comfortable at this point. But I've asked repeatedly if everybody's good, so I think everybody is, but just in case, just have a conversation with your student so that I don't count off late work if they're having a technical issue. But I will take late work. Some teachers don't take late work, but I do, and I take it until a date that I call the drop dead date, and I don't know why I call it that, but that's my drop dead date. I can't take work after that, and I push that date back as far as I possibly can. I have to have the grades into guidance by whatever date they tell me, so I do my cutoff usually the day before or 2 days before, just so I can have enough time to grade whatever comes in and then be able to submit my grades on time. So the next thing I want to talk about in the grade book is the blank spaces. So you would have the students would have blank spaces for a couple of reasons. One, it's an upcoming assignment. So I usually, now this time I didn't put in the assignments super early, just because we were at the beginning of the second 9 weeks and we have to wait until we get permission to start populating the 9 weeks. So we were given that this week. So I was able to get in there, and so if you look at the grades, you're going to see a bunch of stuff due, but nothing is there yet because I'm still in the process of grading. So if there's a blank space, it's either an upcoming assignment, but if the due date has passed, and the due dates are at the top of the assignment, if the due date is passed, that means that I'm in the process of grading, because I have a paper grade book. So I graded on the computer, I put it in my paper grade book. Once I get the grades, then I put it into the actual computer. At some point, Canvas is supposed to talk to Student View and put the grade in there automatically as soon as I grade it. That will be wonderful, but it hasn't happened yet. So it takes a little bit longer. And then also, if you see a blank at a quiz, that just means that the student did not want me to put the grade in the grade book. So the quizzes are meant to help the students, not hurt the students. So let's say it's 5 questions, and they make a 4 out of 5. That would be an 80. If they have an 80 or better in my class, or an 81 or better in my class, then they probably don't want to put that in the grade book because it'll pull their grade down. However, if they have a 60 in my class, then the 80 will pull it up. So I always let the kids decide what grades they want me to put in the grade book from the quizzes. If you see a 0 on a quiz, that means they never took it. So the quizzes are only supposed to help them, but they have to take the quizzes to get them ready for the test. And if they choose not to take the quiz, then a 0 gets put in there. So zeros are the ones that you really need to be concerned about. So if you're looking at the grade book, blanks, don't worry about. But blank spaces, don't worry about. But if it is a 0, then that means they did not do the assignment, and they need to get it into me as soon as possible and fill out a regrade notification form so that I know to go back and grade it. The next thing I want to talk about is the comments. So I've talked to several parents about this, and I think I may have put it in another email, but just in case I didn't. The comments that I put in the grade book, I leave the comments there even after they turn in the assignment, because at the end of the 9 weeks, the kids do a 9 weeks reflection to reflect on how that 9 weeks went and what they want to do for the next 9 weeks and what their goals are. And so the only way they can keep track of whether assignment was late is if I keep the late comment in there. So all you need to do, if you see a comment that says late or missing, just look at the grade, and if there's a grade there, then they've turned it in and don't worry about the comment. But if it's a 0, I try to always put the comments in so that you know what's going on. That sometimes it's a 0 because they turn in a portfolio, and which is their Google folder for my class, and they didn't give me permission to grade it, and I'll put I need permission to grade it. So in that case, that was just a technical issue, not that they didn't turn it in. So if you wanted to have a conversation that way. And as always, contact me if you have any questions or concerns, and please let me know if your child is having anything special happening in their life, or they're celebrating something that they did really well. I'd love to reach out to them and message them on Canvas. The kids are really good about messaging in the inbox and checking their inbox, and I like to encourage them that way too. And this weekend, I am going camping on my last camping trip of the season. I'm super sad about that. But I may not have great reception. So if you need me, reach out. And then as soon as I do have reception, I will reach back out to you. But I hope you have a great, relaxing weekend, and get ready for the next week of hybrid. But take time this weekend to relax. Okay. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.